I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Hello everyone, it's Transphemerate MTG, back with another Final Fantasy draft. Back again, and I think Dimir-y as a first card is pretty good. Going into Dimir, loots on attacks, flips into a pretty game-ending card. What other good spells have we got here? We've got a Syncopate. I think Hope would be fun to build around, but don't think there's going to be that much of an idea. Leviathan's fine. I think the Ambrosia Whiteheart's pretty good. I think you're going to take the Mythic God. Oh my gosh. And Arden the Usurper. Do have a lot coal here as well. But I think Arden the Usurper is the way we want to be going, certainly into black. Here, got Ultras, which is quite a nice card. Tapping things down, but we've also just got some removal with Vane's Treachery, and getting things into the bin's definitely not a bad idea. I'm going to take the removal first. Here, we've got X-Death, which sort of synergizes well with Dimir-y. We've got Fang, which also synergizes nice with both Dimir-y and Arden. I think we might pick the Fang here. Sleep Magic's nice. And the Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum's pretty nice as well in terms of removal, but I think trying to get things out of the grave isn't going to be a bad plan here. Here I've got a Sage's Northless, can untap attacking creatures, kind of nice. I do love the Ahriman though. Sacrifices creatures for me, means I can get things back. Here, I could go Black Mage's Rod. I mean, I think Black Mage's Rod is pretty nice. Do I want a second Ahriman here? I'll take the Black Mage's Rod instead, see what else we can get a hold of. Here you've got the Scorpion Sentinel, the Retrieve the Esper, the Valkyrie Aero Unit. Don't really have any artifacts outside of the Black Mage's Rod right now. Also, bringing it back could be reasonably handy. Otherwise, we've got the Retrieve the Esper is kind of nice because it does fill the graveyard. I probably don't want to take the Gold Saucer. I'll take the Aerial Unit just because I think it is a bit of just a stronger card. You've got the Ice Flan for an Island Cycler. I mean, even just throwing that into the grave. The Tonberry could be a decent one-drop, but not entirely sure. Or the Retrieve the Esper. Got the Tonberry. Here, Swallowed by Leviathan and Syncopate. Feel like Syncopate is going to be slightly more flexible of the option. Oh, Lock Coal came back. I think that's going to be... We've also got the land, but I think Lock Coal is definitely what we're after. I'll take the Ice Flan here over the Fight On. Swamp into the side. Sage's Northless could be alright. And a Saboteur into the side. Let's see what we get in pack 2. Ooh, got some big things here. Edgar, King of Figaro. It's all about coin flips. Don't have anything to do with coin flips. It could draw me some cards, or we've got the Summoned Leviathan. I think that the Leviathan at 6 is going to be better than either of these other 6 drops, and the Scorpion Sentinel and the Black Mage's Rod aren't going to be quite what we're after, so I think this will be kind of nice. Can also come back at some point. Here, got Magic Damper, Kieran Merchant, Hecdies, Resentful Revelation. I think we're going to take Resentful Revelation, the 2 mana, searching for things seems pretty alright to me. Got another Syncopate, don't probably want to take a second Fang. We've got a Marlborough and a Black Mage's Rod. How many non-creatures have I got at the moment? 3, 4, 5. Well, the Black Mage's Rod could be kind of nice, but I'm going to take the second copy of Syncopate just to... ooh! Okay, Noctis, Prince of Lucis. Oh, I mean, it's a nice card. Can sort of let me go into white a little bit. But we've also got the Overkill. I feel like Overkill is the sensible pick here. The Noctis, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to this late on get the fixing that I want, so I will just take the stronger removal spell. Here we've got a 4A, I mean Instant Ramen could be kind of nice. Travel the Overworld. How much card draw do I have? Got not too much, so I'm just going to take Travel the Overworld, see if we can get a little bit of fixing going on. You've got a third Syncopate. Adventurers in, another Fang. We'll take the Syncopate. We'll see if we can go super heavy on the counters here. What we'll do is we'll take the Insomnia just in case things wheel in a way that is nice for us. And here really the Cut Road 4 Rhea is the only option that I want to be taking. We'll take the Black Ranger's Rod again here. And I think we'll actually Magic Dampener when I've got an Arden, a Leviathan, and an Emmet set, which might actually be a handy little tool to have. The Mulberry here is also kind of nice. Here we can take the Karen Merchant, I think that's fine. Take Vincent's Limit Break. Don't think I'm going to be playing either of them, but we'll see. Oh my golly goodness, got a second summon Leviathan. That could be a little bit special, a little bit something. Also have a Retrieve the Extra Trino, Circle of Power. How many wizards have I got? So I've got one wizard and two things that make wizards. I think I'm going to take the second Leviathan. Which feels a little bit strange, but it's kind of fun. Here we've got Quistis Trap or an Ice Magic, also a Dire Out, which would be nice to sort of sack things into. I feel like Ice Magic is pretty good. So the Quistis Trap though. I'm going to take the Quistis Trap just because it can get back a bunch of good removal spells for me. Insomnia, Combat Tutorial's kind of nice. Still in uniform could be okay. Stealing and equipment, attaching the equipment. Combat Tutorial though, 3 mana, draw 2 and a +1/+1 counter. Or a Sage's Nuthless. Probably not going to be playing the Insomnia after all. I'm going to take the Combat Tutorial for some card draw. Here I could either go the Cargo Ship for a flyer and artifacts. We've got 4 artifacts. I don't think it's really going to be too worth it to grab the Cargo Ship. And I mean, as an attacker, it's fine. But I think I'd rather take the Dreams of Laguna just to surveil and then draw. Here, we've got a side quest card collection. I think that's probably going to be a pretty easy pick. Draws 3 cards, discard 2, so it does everything that I want, and then flips into a 4/4 flyer, which is pretty easy to crew. Here I think we'll just take another Black Mage's Rod. I think that's going to be a totally fine way of going about things. Here, another Valkyrie aerial unit, stuck in the Sun with a Sanctum, Scorpion Sentinel. What have I got at 2? Quite a bit at 2, so I'm not really too fussed. And artifacts, still only have the 5 artifacts, so if anything that can make, don't really have anything that can make treasures at this point either. So the air unit could be fine. 5/4 flyer does feel pretty nice. I'll take a second one, see what we do. Here, Rip Turret, Retrieve the Esper, Retrieve the Overworld. Here I'm actually going to take a Retrieve the Esper. It'll be the first one and probably the only one that I'll end up wanting to play in the deck, if at all. We'll take a Ring of the Lucy maybe for a little bit of acceleration. A Sage's Nautilus here just to sort of keep on with some of the artifact stuff. Karen Merchant I think might be the option here instead. And we will be right back. And back after a short wee break. Let's grab the Scout and a Chocobo Racetrack into the board. So let's do a build. I'm going to figure out exactly which direction I'm wanting to go. I feel like I've got enough pretty good pieces, but whether or not I actually keep sort of the Valkyrie Aero units, probably not. I've got quite a lot. I'm probably not even going to take this travel the Overworld, just because 4 cards when I've not got really any towns. I've got triple of a lot of colours. I don't really want to play the Adventurers in. Maybe the Kieran Merchants can go. Vincent's Limit Break can go. Untapped target attacking creature could be kind of nice with maybe Arden. So like this high end is absolutely the high end that we're looking for. But in terms of the lower end, take out the Sage's Nautilus. I think 3 Syncopates, got Land Cyclers, Retrieve the Esper I think should be fine, the Ring of the Lucy, Card Collector, Quintus Trap. I do want to keep the Ahriman and the Fang. How many non-creature spells do I have now? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you've got tons of non-creature spells. So I'm definitely going to keep all of the Black Mage's Rods, I think. Chris's Trip I think is going to be really nice as well. Combat Tutorial for a little bit of that earlier draw. Could be getting rid of the Retrieve the Esper, honestly. Maybe the Tonberry as well. So the Tonberry, Retrieve the Esper. And I do, yeah, 17 lands when I've got a bunch of, like, you know, a bunch of 6s and an 8. I think it's probably still worth it. Could get rid of one of the Syncopates. Really have anything to sack with the Vane's Treachery in terms of easy, cheap artifacts and creatures. Don't really make any. I think the Fan will be nice enough because I'll have the Revelations, I'll have the Dream of Laguna, I'll have Quistis Treep, I'll have the Emmett Selch potentially, the Arden. Yeah, I think that that's going to be fine. I want to play both Leviathans just because I think it will be fun to play both Leviathans. But outside of that, I don't quite know what to... Is that really going to be worth... It's a 2-3. I've got a fair bit of card draw already. Combat Tutorial, Side Quest, 2 Leviathans, Revelation, the Dream of Laguna. Yeah, okay, we'll get rid of the Fang. Only playing 9 creatures, but definitely looking like we're going to be much more in that control sort of ethos. So we'll pause it here, take a look. Win conditions, getting Emmett to 14, Arden bringing back sort of Leviathans, Iceflands, Balborough. I think the Leviathan is a pretty decent win condition. Got 1 piece of removal, 3 counter spells, another piece of removal, a little bit of draw, a little bit of protection. I think Ring of the Lucy is nice to accelerate in some of these bigger things, as well as tapping down some non-land permanents. And so we've cut a lot of the artifact synergy things because, I mean, we've already got enough ginormous creatures, I think, for the Arden, for the Emmett Selch, that we don't really want to be drawing them when we can't do much about it. Travel the Overworld, I think we've got enough card draw already and no towns. Retrieve the Espers, Merchant, Sage Nautilus, again, not really what I'm looking for. Tonberry, I think, is, you know, I'd rather keep mana up for a Syncopate or potentially, you know, sort of some of these other 2-drops. Fang and Cut Rub, I think, I mean, Fang could work nicely enough. But I'm not sure how often I'm actually going to be having this ability. Really, we've only got the Revelation, the Dreams, the Quistis Treep, and the Arden. And, you know, if this ever flips, which it may well do, but I don't think it's going to get enough value for it, and the card draw is not going to be doing much for me. The Vince Limit Break, I think, is kind of meh anyway. Same with the Foray. So I think this is a... pretty reasonable sort of control pile here, so we'll see how it goes. So here we are into it with this nice sort of Dimir control. Certainly more controlling, sort of looking at taking the game reasonably late, sort of up until that sort of turn 6+ kind of mark, especially with a lot of the big sort of 6 and, well, the one nice 8 cost threat. See what the opening hand is going to look like. Okay, well, we've got Dreams of Laguna and Syncopate. If we can draw black, we're in a really good shape. So I'm actually going to keep this. I think with the Dreams of Laguna, we've got a pretty good ability to try and search for the mana that we need. And the Syncopate on their turn 2 to counter their 2-drop is probably not going to be too unhandy either. Let's see what goes on here. What do they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. Oh, they've got a Vivi. So they've got a Vivi in the bin now, which is kind of nice. See what the Surveil is going to be. It's going to be a Swamp. It's exactly what we wanted. Because here I think we're just going to Emmett Selch off the bat. Draw and discard. Draw, and we will discard here a Resentful Revelation because we want to keep the removal. I think the 2 Black Mage's Rods are pretty nice. Don't get to counter whatever they have on 3. What do they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Greeter actually into hand. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. What have they got for us? Town Gree They're not attacking. That's pretty good to hear. Cast the Black Mage's Rod and hope I can syncopate whatever goes on afterwards. Another black would have been really handy to draw, but I think that's okay. Draw. I think we'll discard a syncopate to make them think that they've got the freedom to do what they want. It's going to take the 2. What are they doing at the end of their turn? It looks like they've got something going on. Actually, no. I am going to counter that. Unless you pay 1, which you can't. Deal another damage. Stops them from ramping. Stops the Town Greeter from becoming a 2 power. And I've got the removal spell. I can always sack a sort of the hero or the rod or something. So now I have to do it main phase and then attack. See? They had a pretty decent ability to ramp should they have gotten a hold of it and making the Town Greeter even bigger. So I'm very happy that that didn't happen. I'm going to play another Black Mage's Rod here because it's got the magic damper to help protect the Emmet Selch. And we'll attack and we'll have another loot. Actually going to discard the island here because I would prefer to get another swamp. Don't have any of my super high cost cards in hand either. I have enough to flashback Dream Laguna if I wanted. They could chump with the Town Greeter if they wanted to. No, they're not going to. It's too important to them. See what they're going to get up to on this next turn. Very nice to see that they milled the VV though. That's a it's a pretty nice bomb to pull. 5 cards in the graveyard, so it's going to be a while until Emmet Selch gets online. But I did miss a land drop, which means they are slightly ahead, although I do have spells to cast and I'm dealing them pretty consistent damage. I suppose I have to let that one resolve. They're ramping up to something pretty supreme by the looks of it. Either that or they're just playing out the cards that they can. Could have land cyclers. Could have all sorts. Okay, well, another island. I'm going to play a third Black Mage's Rod just because it means I was going to get so much ping damage across from all of these. And again for another attack with Emmet Selch. I could discard another island here just because, once again, I don't think it's the most necessary. I'd rather keep the 2 cards I have in hand. See what he's going to do, if he's going to finally block or if he's still going to let the damage go. So it goes to 10, potentially 7 if I magic damper, if he tries to do something on this turn. See what his big play is. Ring of the Lucy, I think that's okay. Has to take damage if he wants to tap down potentially the Emmet Selch, and then I'll get to magic damper it if I want to as well. Can even start attaching the Black Mage's Rods to the Emmet, so I can have a token to sacrifice to Vane's Treachery if I need it. Ooh, that looks like it could be some sort of removal. Are they looking at it? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Yeah, let me give it hexproof. Fantastic. Another 3 damage. Can't make a token copy. It's basically their turn sort of wasted, and a scoop. Yeah, I mean, having that much on the board and stopping them from really accelerating into things, that's pretty well as good as we were hoping for. Really nice clean game 1. Even if I did get a little bit flooded by islands with not the number of swamps I would have preferred, having access to more black just to keep flexible options open. But the amount of presence on the board I had was looking like a pretty good one to keep a good hold of going to later into the game. Here I've got a draw, removal into really high cost. I'll keep it just because I do have the one little bit of removal. Oh, and a Black Mage's Rod. That's actually kind of quite nice as well. We'll see what they roll out on 2. Even if it is a creature, I'm probably still just going to cast the... Oh, yeah, I mean... Unfortunately, I can't deal with that, with the Vane's Treachery without having to sacrifice something to it. But at least I will likely be able to deal with it regardless. They won't have a play. I'm not going to block. They're going to play a Fang. I think that's actually totally fine. We're going to go Vane's Treachery, sacrifice the thingy, get rid of the Sahagin, just because that's going to be a little bit too difficult to deal with. Have a second Mage's Rod to cast next turn. I mean, it's a little bit of a shame that I had to sacrifice one of them, but looks like they're sort of digging for something. Big old shambling suit, Scorpion Sentinel, attack for 2. I think that's fine by me again. Oh, another Sahagin. That's less fine by me again. We've got Black Mage's Rod. Just get another body on here, and now we can actually run out the Leviathan on 3, which I think is kind of nice. 6/6 with Ward 2 gets in for a couple of attacks, drawing me cards. They make a 3/3, and the Sahagin will become unblockable. It's not particularly nice. I'm going to have to take 4 here. I want to keep this Black Mage's Rod alive. We're going to go side quest here. Deal them a damage. Do some drawing and discarding. Draw 3, discard 2. Oh, this actually will go Quistis Treep and a Swamp, I think, as the 2 discards. Certainly would have preferred to not have, because I don't want to discard the Emmett Selch, don't want to discard a lot of lands, but the Quistis Treep is a little bit unfortunate to get rid of, but I don't have a removal spell. I do actually have a removal spell that I could have used. They're flashing back the Retrieve the Esper. That is pretty scary. And here, I'm going to lose the token anyway, so I'm going to block the Robot Warrior on my turn. Still take 5, but at least the Leviathan is coming online. Which is really nice. Gets rid of a lot of their creatures. Although the Sahagin is a merfolk, which is a little bit frustrating. Another land drop would be really nice as well. If they make me sacrifice Leviathan, that would not be very kind of them. That would be a little bit unfriendly. Because the land here allows me to play... Oh, so they're going to kill it and they're going to pay the ward. Right. Having that Sahagin, the second Sahagin as well, is kind of nasty for me. Means I die next turn, potentially. Nope. Ice Flan. I'm going to tap down the Sahagin, which means at least it won't be able to attack this turn. Hopefully I can maybe get another land drop to play an Arden, bring the Leviathan back, attack for 6, gain a little bit of life. That is the ideal scenario, because I'm not sure if they can kill me on this turn. Don't think they can have any hasters. I mean, again, it would have really been nice to cycle the Ice Flan for that guaranteed 8th land, but I think being able to tap down the Sahagin and prevent me from dying on this turn, because they do have the mana to flash back the Resentful Revelation, definitely makes a difference. Don't have much else in the yard, but the Sahagin's definitely put in work for them. Because it will certainly be unblockable, so very much prefer to draw this land to drop out the yard, and I think that's my win condition here. Cool. So the Relentless is tapped. Ooh, that's not what we like to see. So Emmett Selch, draw and discard. We'll discard the combat tutorial and get out another creature. But that does just mean, unfortunately, I am dead. So I'm going to scoop this. Yeah, this Sahagin's getting in for far too much with a pretty slow hand. I thought getting rid of the one Sahagin was going to be really nice, but in fact it just meant that I stayed alive for a couple of turns longer, because the second one rolling out definitely hit me pretty square in the forehead. See what we've got coming up in game 3. I mean, a quick game 1, a pretty quick game 2. one either side of the coin. At least I know that, yeah, with a better draw, I'm probably not keeping that hand. Again, mulliganing is my worst nightmare. Should certainly mulligan more frequently than I do, but this hand looks fantastic. We've got a Black Mage's Rod or Treachery on 2 and a Lock Coal Overkill on 3. I think that's can get to curve out. Nothing on 1, but I don't think I've really got anything that I can play for free on 1 in my deck anyway, so it's pretty good. Black Mage's Rod here for both of the removal skills and removal spells and the ring. Kill spells, removal spells, removal skills. Nice. So here I can run out the Lock Coal because I still haven't played anything. Still have some really nice removal for them. Plus I can also play the Ring of the Lucy if they don't end up playing anything. Don't think there's any real hasty threats that I need to be too worried about, although they are looking like Sultai. Oh, play this ring. I think that is totally fine by me. Whether or not I actually want to be attacking with the Lock Coal, I think I do. Attacking with both. I think the draw, and I can discard sort of maybe whatever I draw in the end. Side quest, actually I don't want to discard that. Discard the Black Mage's Rod because I do want to keep both pieces of removal in hand because that's going to be the way that I 100% get through this game. I need to make sure I keep as much removal possible, and okay, Earth Crystal, that doesn't really help them too much. We will go side quest card collection, deal them that damage, draw 3, discard 2. I will discard the Dreams of Laguna and the Ahriman. Not actually too fussed about the Ahriman being in the bin. Here I've now got mana up for the Overkill as well, which is just a little bit more reliable of a kill spell. Get to draw, and we'll discard the island as well, I think. The combat tutorial I think is totally fine to keep in hand. Getting a bit of card draw next turn would be nice. Discarding the island's a little bit of an oopsie. But here I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, so even one more, another island at some point here would be exactly what I'm after. But whatever, if they sort of try and play a blocker, the Overkill basically gets rid of anything that I would want. Dreams of Laguna instead, that's a really good sign that they are looking for an answer to my early pressure. Side quest still long way from flipping. Cool. Turn that, but what we're going to do, we're actually just going to kill the Jill as well. Happy to bring Lock Coal back to my hands in reality. We'll go combat tutorial first. We'll target me to draw and the token to get a counter. Oh, look at that island. So I can play a Lock Coal and then Arden the Usurper next turn. Not that I think it matters. It looks like it's a pretty game, set and match. I'm on 24, they're on 3. I have removal in hand. I have Arden the Usurper in hand. And lethal on board. The Ring of the Lucy to back things up. Do I actually have a... yeah, I do. I discard the Ahriman for good reason. I mean, Jill on turn 5 when I have removal up. Really not what you're after. Pretty good feeling game here. They're just going to run down the clock. They're going to be... doesn't look like they've touched their cards this turn. Oh, here we go. Trying to find an answer. Fish is wandering. I don't think that's going to be finding an answer. They'll gain 2 life. Awesome. They still did on board. And what's their play afterwards? They got 3 mana. Thieves' Knife. Cool. That's alright. I mean, I can do one of many things. But I'm just going to run out the Ardent so I can have a nice chance here. It's going to enter. I'm going to bounce the token. Yeah. Another super clean win. I felt like they were running a pretty slow haul there. So definitely keeping a lot of early pressure and drawing into pretty much the perfect cards. Reward of a Claws out. Got a 2 and 1 after the 3 games. Let's continue on here. Good little handy tip from Wizards. Bluff having a spell to cast. And also that you can't lose a ranked badge, and I know that is actually quite nice, because regardless of how poorly you do once you climb into something, it is there for the month. 2 syncopates, a lock, coal, and an overkill. I think that we can just about do something with this. Syncopate their turn 2 play, potentially even syncopate their turn 3 play, depending on what it looks like they're on. Have a kill spell, have lock coal. Looking in pretty good stead. Oh, another land also helps enormously. What are they doing here? I don't actually like the Pixie. Letting them surveil really is kind of nasty. And as I have another syncopate in hand is good too. I'm going to play another island. I'm actually going to play the lock hole here, because I think that I'd rather counter what they have on 4 as opposed to countering what they have on 3. Dracoon's Wyvern. It's a little bit upsetting. Ooh, Emmett Selch. What we'll do is we'll attack. Better clear no blocks. Interesting. Draw a card. And let's discard the islands. And we'll pass the turn. I don't want to cast a side quest here. I want to figure out what they're up to on this turn. Planes, and deals 4 damage. No thanks, it's going to go counter unless you pay 1. You are tapped out, so you can't pay 1. Because that's pretty nice. It gives their creatures a lot of evasion. Oh, delightful. I'm actually just going to go straight for a Vane's Treachery here. Onto the Wyvern, get rid of their flying threat. Attack with Lock Coal. I'm going to be able to loot. Another syncopate. I am going to discard the overkill in the hope that I can potentially look to get it back with Emmett Selch at some point. Oh darn, that's not what I wanted to see, because I didn't have enough mana up to syncopate it. So let's actually start with a side quest. I want to be drawing and discarding. Let's discard a Dreams of Laguna and a Magic Damper. 7 cards. I'm going to attack in. Because I do want to block, that's fine, but I think gaining the life is handy. Really would have liked to be able to keep the removal spell now that I knew that they were playing a 4. Oh yeah. Blocking and trading. Interesting. Not what I was expecting at all. Torgal. Let's go cycle the ice land, because I do need this land, and then we'll play the Emmett Selch. Let's see if they counter it. Nice if they didn't. Here, honestly, in this spot I think we can discard the ring. Got 6 mana. I'm not going to crew up the magic card. If I cast a human, it gets a little bit bigger. If I try and kill the Emmett Selch, I'm just going to crew. Okay, then I'm going to tap the Emmett Selch. I'm going to crew up the magic card. Oh, the ice magicking the side quest. That's fine. Play a swamp, play a black mage's rod, get a creature, play a side quest, deal a damage, draw 3, discard 2, can discard an island and a swamp. Very close to Emmett Selch actually flipping here as well. Combat tutorial, that's fine. Land. probably can discard the Syncopate at this point now as well. I'm actually going to block the Ice Land because it puts a permanent into the grave. Go Swamp, Resentful Revelation. Get me a Leviathan. And pass the turn. Emmett Selch is upkeep. Okay. So next turn I'm going to have the Emmett Selch flipped and transforming. Blitzball, that's fine. We're going to pay X equals 4 because may as well. They don't get their 6/6 trampling creature. I'm going to transform the Emmett Selch. Absolutely. Let's Vane's Treachery on the Torgal. Let's lock Coal. And let's play another Black Mage's Rod. Tap for 6. Oh, I can actually play lands as well. Let's play the Swamp. I quite realise I can play lands. Feeling in a pretty good spot here. I've got everything I could possibly want available to me. Bard's Bow, don't think that's going to matter. I've got removal for days in the bin. Managed to get a flip as well. I think it's the first time I've seen that happen. They did not have the means to deal with it, which feels very, very good. More than happy to sacrifice my magic card to block the Ice Flan when I knew that I was going to be flipping my big boy soon. Move to 3-in-1, which feels very tasty. Feel like it could have a little bit more removal as opposed to some of the counter spells in the deck. Outside of that, I feel like the bombs are really nice. We've got some of the cycling for fixings pretty nice. I think we've got a lot of pretty low cards to keep us in the game, sort of grind things out until we can get to the point where either I can cast the Arden, I can flip something. I think this is fine. 2 Syncopates on the draw is not as nice as what it could be. But with Black Mages running the overkill here as well. Esper Origins. Nice. Not a bad card to pull from a draft. It's quite a nice little bit of value. Here I'm just going to pass the turn instead of playing the Black Mages Rod. Sort of want to see if I can counter whatever I got going on 3. Got nothing going on 3. So I'm just going to keep on passing the 3 Syncopates in hand just when I was talking about it. X equals 1 on the Syncopate. Counter the second Origins. They don't get the counter. They waste their turn. We'll go Swamp into Black Mage's Rod with another Syncopate up next turn. And we can look and see what we get up to following that. We will counter the Chocobo as they pay 1. Take a damage. Here I'm just sort of ruining their fun, ruining all the time they have. I'm going to play the Ring here to get a ping off, then I'm going to cycle the Marlborough, play a land drop. I'm not going to be able to counter what they have on this coming turn, but I do also have the Overkill handy, you know, to whittle them down nicely enough. What's the big... oh, another Fat Chocobo. I think that's fine. We have an island here. We'll play this Ahriman, and we'll pass the turn and see what they get up to on theirs. I don't want to tap out for the overkill if they would rather have something else to play. And potentially hit with a Syncopate. Probably happy enough to block the Fat Chocobo with the Ahriman here. 3 into 5 feels like a pretty good trade for things. Can always overkill something as well if I want. And I've got a Syncopate available for 4. Yep, we're going to go Syncopate for 4. They're going to take damage. And if they do want to attack, that is a-okay. We will just block with the with my little token, so I can reattach the rod to the armament pretty happily next turn. Attach the rod to the armament. Can even cast the Resentful Revelation and still have the overkill up. Let's get a Black Mage's Rod. And I am actually going to attack for 3 in the air here. I want to be putting a little bit of pressure on them. And it's just whether or not they want to be attacking with the Chocobo before playing something out, or if they decide that they want to... What have they got in hand? Yeah, let's overkill the Chocobo. See what they've got. They've got some sort of trick. Okay. I take 1. Black Mage's Rod. Then I'll attach the other Black Mage's Rod. And pass the turn. Got the Magic Tamper to either block the Gardener, stop any sort of removal they might have. Beautiful, they had removal, they take 2. I can block the Gardener. The removal spell is now bitten the dust. Ooh, Summon Titan. That's a nice one. Play this land, we'll play a Dreams of Laguna. I can keep tapping down the Titan though, that's the beautiful thing. It's a Ring of Lucy. Oh, yep. I'll play that next turn. Next combat, no attacks. In turn, they'll bring all their lands back, that's totally fine. Got Arden the Usurper to basically do whatever I want with. Tap down the Titan so he can't attack. I'll take 1 from the Gardener if that happens to be the case. Next turn, they're going to make something ginormous, but I don't think it's going to matter because I've got the Arden. Oh, do I even want to cast the Arden? What can I get? I can get a Marlborough, which doesn't do an awful lot. Get a Garnet. Yeah, I've got to play the Arden here. Let's get a big fat Chocobo, which is also going to be a 5/5. It's going to attack you for 5. Yeah, you're going to give your Gardener +7. I can't tap anything down. Certainly not in any risk of dying here. I've got 1 card in hand. Let's take and got double the power of the. I mean, it was always the Tifa's battling something or other, which can +2/+2 double or triple the power. That was how I lose that game. So potentially the safer way of going about things was definitely just tap down the Flam. Thundertrap Trainer, pretty decent card there. Go up to 4/1. Yeah, I mean the way to guarantee the win was to tap down the other creature so it can't attack with the ginormous buff that the Titan gives it. But I wanted to have some fun. I really wanted to have some fun, and I could have made them potentially discard whatever card they had in hand. Also with the Marlborough, sort of do that, you know. I think that's probably a smarter thing to reanimate than the Chocobo. But it worked out in the end, so... You know, still never learning from my mistakes. I think that's another great hand. Emmett Selch, Lock Coal, a kill spell, a little bit of later removal, or I can always cycle it to help fill the bin for Emmett Selch if I think I'm going to be able to flip him. Only thing is I don't have any plays on 1 and 2. I'm only going to play on 3, so I can be disrupted reasonably easily. But I think what I may even do, if I don't draw into anything, is just cycle for another land, just to reduce the chances of me having more dead draws. White, go that, it'll pass through the turn. Yeah, especially don't want to be drawing White Nature's Staff. Oh, actually I think that's fine enough. We'll pass with attacks, we'll just go to my turn. Island. We'll play the Emmett Selch. Draw, and I can just discard something that I can cast back. I think that's fine. could have discarded the Ice Flan, but I still might want to get an Island Cycle out of it at some point, or if I do keep drawing into lands, it's actually nice just to roll out at 6. They have removal for Emmett Selch. I mean, it sucks, but yeah, it feels like there's a lot of removal in this format, which is it's quite nice. It means you have to continuously play around it. And here we're just, basically we're just waiting to see what they're going to get up to. Ooh, okay, so play an island first. We'll attack with Emmett Selch. If they have a response, then I can always look to counter it. I will discard the Ice Flan now, actually, because I think I'm pretty close to getting my bin well filled. Yep, they're going to block to damage. They got some sort of... I'm going to counter until you pay 3. Fills my bin, gets rid of their creature. I mean, it does get rid of my Syncopate. Rather that than getting rid of my Overkill, because I think Overkill is actually going to be more useful on the whole. Here, we've got a Swamp, and I'm going to cast the side quest now, just to get a good little look-see into what I can bring about. Discard an island, and at this stage I think we'll discard the Lock Hole. Couple away from draw, and we'll discard the island again. Still 2 cards away from having the side quest online. But the combat tutorial, we've got a Zidane, Tantalus Thief, gaining control of the Emmett Selch, and they'll make a treasure afterwards too, and discarding another one. Alright, that is fine by me. We'll go Swamp. I will draw cards first. I will draw the cards, put a counter on Emmett. Oh, Leviathan, that's actually kind of tasty. Then we'll attack with the Emmett Selch here, and we will discard, we'll discard an island, pass the turn. If they want to block, I have things handy to deal with them. Have an Overkill to kill them, and I do have 8 cards in the bin for the side quest to flip, which is very nice. So pass into the end of turn, which means they still, if they want to tap down the Emmett Selch with the Coel, I'll still have the magic card to be able to block one of their attacks. Triple Triad. Interesting. Now that is a little bit scary, a little bit spooky. I'm going to keep the Overkill up just in case something big happens. Here, I'm going to attack with Emmett. Draw. Ooh, and I'll discard. And discard a Marlborough. No, discard. Yeah, discard the Marlborough. I think it's fine. If they want a double block, that's fine. I've got the Overkill handy. They'll take 3. I'm going to play my Leviathan, just bouncing everything to hand by giving me a 6/6 that I can stop from dying. Oh, nice. They had an island. That is beautiful. The thing is that the chance of them being able to cast one of my ginormous game enders for free is pretty slim. And it looks like, with the way that it's worded, that if it's not a lesser mana value, that they're not able to cast it. So yeah, we'll resolve the Red Mage's Rapier. It's totally fine. Don't think there's much risk in that. And Arden here would be the perfect draw. And please, I promise you to, I promise you don't want to do something about it, you know? See if they can kill the Leviathan. If they're going to attempt it, I'll probably just magic damper it. Do want to keep it around. It's got the ward too as well, so Zidane can't even pay the ward costs if they play it to steal it. That's very tasty. Cool, and we'll resolve the hero. What's that? Destroy target creature? No thank you. You ain't killing my Leviathan, sunshine. I'll play the Coal. Absolutely okay with me. And we'll go to my turn. Perfect. Swamp. We'll replay Emmett's Elch. Get a nice draw and discard online. Draw. We'll discard the Ahriman here. Go to attacks and attack the Leviathan. I have 2 kill spells up. Draw a Black Mage's Rod. Pretty tasty. Yeah. Go to damage. They'll take 6. Triple Triad. What are they going to hit? Oh, there's another land. I mean, it means that they can Zidane. No, they're going to play the Coil first, and they're going to steal the Leviathan. When they try and target it, I'm actually going to sacrifice the Leviathan to Vane's Treachery and kill the Zidane, I think. Oh, they got something else going on. Block the Coil. Okay. Suplex. No, we're going to Vane's Treachery and sacrifice it. Because I do want it in the bin rather than being exiled. Yeah, let that resolve. Because I do have the ability to get it back at really any point. So I want them to try and play out another creature now. Would be the ideal end to the turn, so I can rebounce even more things with the Leviathan. I've got 12 cards in library. 13 in the bin. Arden would be the perfect draw here, I think. I mean, Arden wins me the game because it's bring back Leviathan. Does bounce the Arden though? Maybe not. Yeah. Would we be having to bring back the Marlborough? They lose 2 life, take 5. But also, yeah, Black Mage's Rod into Dreams of Laguna next turn, attack with Magic card. They are trying to think of their options. I was going to say, oh, they're 4 colour, but they're not. They stole 2 of my lands. That's the only reason why. Taking their time. Come on. Come on, little dude. I'm sorry I left you in my sideboard. Don't take that to heart. I also don't think the Triple Triad's really that great of a card in Limited. I can see its appeal, but for 6, you kind of want something that can potentially make you, automatically win the game, which looks like my Leviathan's done a pretty good job of trying its best to do that. In the Triple Triad, they've hit 2 lands from me. They've played a Coel and a Red Mage's Rapier. Oh, they just passing out. That's just not very nice of them now, is it? Try to give them, a fun, challenging, hearty game of Magic. And this is how they reward me? Can't ask for more than that from some people, I suppose. Not going to give them a your go, don't want to give them the satisfaction. I'm here, I'm enjoying myself regardless. Talking to myself, talking to you guys, knowing that if they do this, it means that I've essentially won the game. Knowing that I've got, just some jams in the background that I'm listening to, keeping me occupied. Nice sunny day outside, sort of catching the end of a day that's following on from a couple of days of pretty atrocious weather, where it's been proper sort of tropical storms, well, as tropical storms as you can get down this far south in the world. Is this a skip through their turn? No, it's concede. Fantastic. Yeah, deck's feeling really good. Got a lot of really good controlling tools. Hoping that keeps on keeping on. I mean, the 2 Leviathans seems to be working out alright. Move up to 5 and 1 for this draft. The only game that I lost, I kept a hand with a 6 and an 8 cost in it to begin with 1 2-drop piece of removal, and got outpaced. So I think that's a pretty good sign that, actually, if I do keep hands with a little bit more interaction, things I can do earlier in the game, that works out pretty well, and that it's balanced enough. Science Fiction Boy, the Brilliant. I like the sound of that. Marlborough with Resentful Revelation. 2 Leviathans though. Actually going to mulligan this one. Ooh, we'll keep 6 there. Bottom of Swamp. Probably Black Mage's Rod on 2. Definitely Black Mage's Rod on 2. Hoping I draw a blue at some point, but having the Treachery and the Overkill in hand is also really nice. So they do have some sort of scary threats. Farseek is nice acceleration, but it's not the sort of scary threat that I am after. They are Naya. Alrighty, attack for 2. If they can't counter whatever they play, it would be lovely to have a nice counterspell moving. But do have the removal to kill whatever they do decide to bring. Ooh, Zach Fair. Okay. I'm going to Treachery that at the end of their turn. Let's go. Bring them for 1. See if I can kill them without having to pay the kicker cost. If they've got some sort of removal. I just don't like the ability that can sack to give protection and a little bit of a buff. Ooh, combat tutorials. Not really what we want. Come on, islands. Oh, mulligan from something into, you know, something where my fixing is not exactly where I want it to be. But still, I think a better 6th than the starting 7. Ooh, and they kill the Light of Judgment as well. Oh, sorry, kill the Black Mage Staff. Certainly not the end of the world. I mean, I guess we have to cycle the Marlborough here for another land. Would have preferred it be a Flan. Because here I don't have an answer for an O, or if I've got something sort of big and hasty, which they sure as heck don't. We will overkill the Lightning though. Lightning is the sort of card that can win you a game pretty quickly. For source to deal damage to that player, or a permanent deals double that damage. The Ganatoad I think is fine. I mean, we've got the Ring of the Lucy, which means only a couple more lands until I can cast this Arden, but no blue is really starting to become a bit more of a problem. At least the clock's not enormous unless they play a land, which makes it a little bigger. Oh, actually the Gladiolus, that's kind of a little bit scary. I do have the ability to Ring of the Lucy, tap things down, but hitting for 8, oh, half my life total. That's very rude of you. If only I had islands. Wow. That is not really how I haven't seen a single one. Colosseum Behemoth, alrighty. Probably going to destroy the ring. Let's tap down the Gigantatoad. I don't think I have anything that can deal with any of this. I am on 3. And even with 1 blue... Yep, no. Okay, so potentially the mulligan wasn't the best of plans, although the colour screw was a little bit real that time. Move down to 5 and 2. So here on my last legs to do my best to trophy this draft. So, note to self, don't keep the previous hand that had 2 Leviathans in it, because it's far too slow. Potentially could have worked with the cycling, had a little bit of early players that could have gone on, but I think the 2 Leviathans just a little bit too much. I could Leviathan into Leviathan and then get a bunch of card draws, I suppose, but that would require me to hit 6, and with nothing else going on early against that deck, I'm not sure that would have been anything that I could get a hold of. Maybe killing the Zac Fair, because Indestructible doesn't actually matter when I've only got removal in the form of minusing. I've got enough card draw here that I think I'm happy enough to keep. Not the best starting hands, but being able to go digging enough deep to find something to do, I think is a reasonable place to be in. I'm going to pass. I'm going to Gentle Lagoon on their turn, just make it feel like I have something I can do. And the idea, I think, in playing Control is to make them question a lot of the decisions that they're making. Gentle Lagoon, if they have a counterspell for this, yeah, I'll draw the Black Mage's Rod. I think that's a pretty reasonable card to draw. Got another island, and we're going to play the Lock Cold here. I want to get a body on board. If they counter this, that's okay. Still Black Mage's Rod. I can always get it back with Ardent. Yep, syncopating. Figured they must have had something up, just keeping the 2 blue, which means it probably was the wiser move to just run out the Black Mage's Rod, because I knew it was going to be uncounterable because I had the mana for it. They're playing a Torgal. Alrighty, I will play a Black Mage's Rod. Hard to move a turn. Next turn I've got a couple of options. Got a combat tutorial, I've got the Dreams of Laguna. Really either to me feel like a reasonable option. I've got 6 mana, so 2 off hitting Ardens. I think if I am surveilling into... Okay, they're playing a ring. They do anything with the colours? They're going to be cycling... No, Ilmeek Pixie. Very nice. So here, what I'm going to do is I am actually just going to combat tutorial, because it means that I keep up the damper. Ooh, got to summon Leviathan next turn, which I think is pretty handy and cute. I'm going to attack in for 3, because if they want to block, which I doubt they'd want to block Pixie, probably makes them think they can potentially even attack in with the Torgal next turn. Oh, they're tapping the ring. That's a good sign. I think it's a good sign. Urza! Alright. Did not even realise that Urza was in the set. Makes a 2-2. If they want to attack with the Torgal, I will untap. Don't have the mana to do anything with it at this point, and I'll be bouncing it to hand. I think everything to hand next turn. With the Leviathan, which I think is a mighty fine way of going about things. Cool, they're going to surveil. I will kill the Torgal though, because that acceleration definitely helps. Happy to deal them 1 damage here. Get a block onto the Torgal. And of course, if I draw removal that can get rid of Urza here, I might not run out the Leviathan, but I think, yeah, no. Leviathan is coming out, ladies and gents. Not sure if they've got anything they can do. They've got 2 green up, which means they're not really able to counter it. Not able to do much with... Oh, they've got... Oh, no! Okay. Interesting. They just floated a blue. What are they going to do with the blue they floated? Nothing. Okie doke. Hope they don't have any good removal for it. And hope that I can draw into another land. And Arden would be... a really nice place to be in. Can bring a Torgal, and that's it. Torgal and Leviathan, so they replayed the Urza. Got 2 blue. They might use 1 of the blue to play the Pixie. We're going to Black Mage's Rod. And attach the rod. Oh, that's delightful. So we'll attach the Black Mage's Rod. And then we'll play the second Black Mage's Rod, triggering the original, and I will absolutely be attacking in for 7. Because I will get a card draw out of it. What is it for resolution? It's kind of nice. It means that I can find something else to get back with Arden. They will take another 2 damage, and I think when they see the Arden coming... Oh, wowee, that's not what I wanted to see. But yeah, if the Arden resolves, which I'm certainly hoping it will, I would just sort of be picking up my cards and maybe scooping from there, although they do have the ring to be able to tap down whatever the threat is. I could potentially even just bring back the Leviathan again. Ooh, Omega. Ooh. I only gain 1 life though, and I think that means that I win from here. I win from here. Wonderful. We'll go out on the Usurper. We will bring back Torgal as a 5/5. I attack for 5. 1 non-creature spell and they die. Don't think they can get through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage unless I've got some really big pump. They can't even pay the life for the Ring of the Elusive, so I can always just block with Arden. Another Leviathan in hand. Got 2 things in the bin that I can recast with the Black Mage's Rod. I can potentially fight the Arden. Let's see. I do also have a lot of mana at my disposal, so I mean it's you know, even though I'm at 17 with a Giga Bomb on board, there are ways out for my opponent. It's just whether or not they can potentially find one. They could also just start spin Urza. Do have quite a lot of mana at their disposal. I do have another Leviathan in hand, which sort of sets them back a whole bunch. I can recast one of these. I need to get rid of the ability for me to re-equip a Rod and cast the Dreams. Okay, they're taking with those 2. I think the safe thing to do here is to still just block the Omega because I've got the Black Mage's Rod available, because they do some shenanigans with buffing the Omega at any point. I mean, double power and attacking with Omega, and they're doing a lot of the maths. Maybe I keep Torgal alive or untapped instead of swinging in. Oh no, because then they can just tap it down with the ring. But they can't use the ring, I think, is a pretty big deal. Just attacking with Omega will definitely block. I don't want to risk them having, some sort of... What have they got up their sleeves? Might seem like a bit of a strange decision to sacrifice the Arden, but I was really worried about... Okay, MTGx, they gain some life. That's a bit scary, huh? What else have they got? Oh, they are running out of time to make whatever decision they end up making as well. Ice Flan, Swamp. We'll attach the rod. Oh, do we play the Dreams and ping them for 2? Or do I summon Leviathan? I probably didn't do that entirely well. Let's go blue and I'll do another summon Leviathan. I can replay the Omega. I can't tap it though because I won't have the mana. Didn't want to attack in with... I should have maybe attacked him now because I just chump with one of their creatures. Here to do it the other way around, attach the rod. They've somewhat found a reasonable way back into the game. Yeah, they can't... If they have a land drop, they can target the Leviathan, but it would take a land drop. Now I've got the Ice Land to keep it tapped down for the next turn. 8 cards in the yard, 18 in grave. 9 mana, so I can equip one of them and then hit the dreams. If I draw a land, I can equip both and hit the dreams. Or play the flan. Okay, nice. So I think that's just that's going to be GG. Maybe. Yep, GG. Gonna go Bane's Treachery. Sacrifice the Black Mage's Rod. Oh, I'm actually going to cast the Ice Bane. Not GG. I'll tap down the Pixie. Attack, draw a card. They go back down to 1. I have a 5/4 blocker. They can tap it down, gain, or they can actually keep the Leviathan tapped down here as well. Maybe I did it the other way around, where I don't sack it. Oh, because I can't do. Yeah, I would need to have drawn the land to be able to actually equip rods and do things. Omega, tap down the Ice Flan. This is going to die. We're going to go Island. We're going to go Emmett Selch. I'm going to loot. And we'll equip this to the Emmett Selch. And Surveil and draw a card. Ah, yep. Perfect. So at least I can hold on to that for the next turn. 11 cards in grave, so it's still going to be a couple of turns until I could get the Emmett Selch online, if at all. They can tap down with the ring, but that costs them, and I do have 1 damage. So we're actually going to recast Urza. They're just going to spin with Urza and see what's going on. Oh, Quista's Treat. What can they... Oh, have they got a Vane's Treachery? They sacrifice something. That's a little bit spooky. Yep. Sacrifice. Ring token. They are sacrificing. Okay, so yeah, I mean, they're finding pretty good ways back into it. Cool. Alrighty. What do I need here? Island. We'll put the rod. Okay, we'll just pass turn because I got the overkill up to kill the Omega. If they do want to try and do something else, I think that's okay. Always kill the Urza, but I'm not sure that Urza's the threat here. The 3/3 construct I think is fine for it to stay as a 3/3. Pass to attack, see what they attack with. And hope they don't have a really disruptive counterspell. Okay, attacking with everything, the Urza included. Okay. She may have been better to kill the Omega on my turn just to prevent the ability, because they did sort of tap out. Yeah. So I've got a counter spell, sort of a little bit rough. If I take 1, does it resolve? It does resolve. I take 7 if they've got some sort of pump or direct damage. Oh, because it's an artifact, I took less from the construct. That's quite nice. And I have the Resentful Revelation in the bin, which means I can... I think they're just going to go spinning with Urza, right? Yeah, they can spin twice. Islands, they can spin again. But as soon as I can know that the Resentful Revelation next turn resolves... What do they got? What can they do? They are searching their little heart out for the answer. Yeah, because they know... Oh, they're creating a token. Bringing back... Oh... Interesting. Good play. Getting rid of the flashback. Potentially the ability to block as well. But I've got a Quistis as well, which means that's going to be game over. We're going to go realm sketching. Create a token of Urza. That's going to trigger the ice plant. That was a good game. Whew. They held on supremely nicely after feeling like they were probably in the lead to a pretty good extent. I think, yeah, and you know, looking back, I think there are a couple of plays that I could have made that would have been a little bit better. Maybe not sacking the Arden. Maybe not attacking with a creature that I brought back with the Arden just to actually have as a blocker. Potentially doing the Veins Treachery and tapping down the other way. I think the Leviathans did actually cause some pretty good use, even though they did gain an extra whole bunch of life from it. And here up against Tiger Rich, the Festive Fighter, in the trophy match. I am 6 and 2. So however this goes, it is going to be a win or a win in the promotion or a loss at the doorstep of it once again, which I'm getting reasonably used to at this point, so I'm not going to be too upset or surprised should that happen. Yeah, I think I'm going to run out the Emmet Selch on 3. They have a counterspell for it. So be it. No, they're going to Dream of Laguna instead. Here, see what I draw, which will lead me to a decision on what I will discard. I'll discard the Ice Flan. What did they? They milled a Lionheart. Because next turn I want to play the Ring of Lucy. Scorpion Sentinel. Cool. Play an Island and the Ring. And I will still attack just to get me loot going on. Let's see. Can't cast the Arden. Can cast the Black Mage's Rod. I think the Island is less useful here. I mean, they'll block, but that's not, that's not what I wanted it for anyway. Is Leviathan here the right call, though, is the question. I could potentially, Thundermattering it. That's definitely the right call now. Yep, let's go summon Leviathan. There goes your 1/4. Especially since they killed Emmet. So it was a case of, oh, do I actually want to cast it? Because Emmet is doing a good little bit of work. Emperor of Palamecia. That's kind of quite nice. I'm going to kill it next turn, though. Here, we're going to go Island. We're going to play Quistis. And we're going to steal the Thunder Magic. And we're going to kill the Emperor with the Thunder Magic. And I should have done the Black Mage's Rod first. Forgot about the ring. Then we're going to play the Black Mage's Rod. Move to attacks. Attack with my nice 6/6. Draw a card and draw a removal spell. That's kind of nice. And yeah, those 2 swamps short from actually being able to make use of Arden. But I do have some good stuff in the bin, in both bins, if we're being honest, that I can look to get back. Happily take 1 from the Sentinel if they did want to attack. Ooh, swamp. That's nice. Resolve. Still need another swamp, so I will cast the Resentful Revelation here, see if I can fetch one from my library. Everything else going into the yard's fine, because Arden is the perfect card for it. And we're just going to pass the turn here. Always pretty happily sacrifice the Quistis as well. Cool, they'll surveil and draw, I think that's okay. They do have a lot of mana available, so casting the Arden if they don't tap out is a little bit spooky, although they didn't stop me from casting, say, the Emmet. We'll actually just tap down the Scorpion Sentinel here. Let's see what they do. They're going to spend a bunch of mana. It would be nice if they did give me a little bit more certainty that Arden is going to survive being cast. 2 cards in the bin. Oh, Chocobo Comet. Yeah, that's fine. Means that I can cast Arden and hopefully have enough mana up for whatever comes my way. So we'll just swamp. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've got to run it out. If they've got a Syncopate, then they've got a Syncopate. Don't think waiting a turn was going to help me at all, but it looks like they do have some sort of response. Yeah, they're Syncopating it. Done! Okay. Declare no attacks. What's my way back into this game from here? Thunder Magic. Okay. I'll call the Mountain Chocobo. Gotta kill that Sentinel, I think, is one of them. They attack for 7, I go to 11. Actually, another Leviathan sort of helps as well. Yes, we're going to cast another Leviathan. Should have the mana up to keep it sticking around this time. And we're not going to do anything. I'd rather be able to kill maybe the Scorpion Sentinel if they bring it back. But getting rid of their 2 tokens is really handy here. Yep, Scorpion Sentinel. I'm going to cast the Vane's Treachery. Well, actually pass to attacks first. Let it go to the very end of the turn. Because I'm going to Vane's Treachery, sacrificing the Black Mage's Rod. See if I can kill it. If they have a counterspell for that, I think that's alright as well. I can continue just to tap it down. But a 4/4 is scary enough for me to not want to have to deal with it. I'm going to swamp. Attack with the Leviathan. Draw a card. Oh, Overkill's tasty as well. Play the swamp. And pass through the turn. Ten cards in the yard. They're going to Mountain Chocobo. That's fine. Actually, I probably should have maybe looked for a Syncopate with it. Dreams of Laguna. Hope to find something. Oh, Ironman I think is good enough. And then we're actually just going to cast it again, because why not? Get 2 card draws. Oh, and the side quest I think is pretty handy as well. My turn. Syncopate. I think we side quest first here. I've got plenty enough cards in the library. 6 mana to spend after cast. Discard. Probably a Syncopate and a Swamp. Play the Ahriman. This is going to flip at the end of turn. I've got an Overkill up, I've got a Syncopate up, I've got a Combat Tutorial for the next turn, but don't want to cast that now. I sacrifice the ring should I desire. Let's see. What are they doing end of their turn? This is going to flip. I'm going to pass to end. If I've got anything to do, hopefully I have a reasonable answer for it. Okay, they're going to kill the Lionheart, or the Ahriman. I am going to crew up my magic card. Okay, and the lack of creatures, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 1 more creature in the library. Do have another Mage's Rod. 2 Mage's Rods still. Only 1 in the bin. That's nice because it will allow me to have the magic card crewed up. You also go digging with a Revelation. Got a bunch of mana, but both Leviathans. Ice Magic. Let's see. Is that what I want to draw? Keep it on top. Drawing 3 I think is fine. I've got plenty of mana. If they equip the Lionheart, that's glorious. I'm just going to kill the token. Means they spent all their mana. let's play the side quest again. Draw, discard 2 lands, play an island, pass the turn, have a syncopate up. Pass. Are they going to do anything? Nope, my turn. Perfect, Black Mage's Rod. We're going to crew up. We are going to attach this. We are going to cast the combat tutorial. I'm going to draw 2 cards. The magic card's going to get bigger, and it's going to be lethal. Oh, and there we are! There we are! Ranking up and trophying. What a final match. That was a really nice close one. This is the highest peak I have currently been in Limited, as you can see by the fact that I'm just getting the Limited Legend achievement finally. Getting the 7 wins, finally trophying. Nice little rewards going on there, feeling absolutely marvellous. And the rank up to Diamond, so Diamond across both formats, which is a pretty nice feeling. And let's quickly go back through the deck again. 3 Syncopates, maybe could have, you know, had 2 and another removal spell. Not that I really had any. I mean, the 4-rayer, maybe you'd consider it a removal spell. To have the Esper maybe instead of a Syncopate could have been nice. And then the Ardent Usurper, the double Leviathans, really came in super handy. I think this card collection, again, drawing 3, discarding 2, getting a 4/4 flyer, bunch of Black Mage's Rods, only the couple of removal spells, which is sort of where I think maybe we could have gotten a little bit better, and the Emmett's Help, which actually flipped to win a game for me, which was really nice, as well as the Lock Hole, which is a really nice 3-drop. But there we go. I'm going to claim my winnings. Finally getting a tasty trophy in a couple of packs. Feels really nice. First one since way back towards the beginning of some Avatar drafts. So feeling over the moon to get that and the promotion or the rank up at the same time. So, if you enjoyed that as much as I did, absolutely leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any thoughts for me, you know, I again think probably could have played a couple of those matches slightly better, even though I did end up winning them. And I'm not sure either of the games that I lost, potentially, you know, another mulligan or a different choice in that second loss. But the first one, yeah, definitely needed to mulligan that hand in retrospect. But turns out not to have mattered like it could have. So thank you for joining me. I've been Transphemerate MTG, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the rebound. Take care, everyone.